Okay guys, welcome to another video tutorial guys. This is Abdul from awahid.com and I'm talking to you live from my home in Birmingham, United Kingdom. And what we're doing today guys is we are going to be designing, well I'm actually going to show you how to do your own Facebook timeline cover image, okay? What we're going to do is make it pretty basic so you get an idea of exactly what to do and how to do it. And I'm just going to run you by the basics of using Adobe Photoshop. And the version I'm using is actually Adobe Photoshop CS6. Okay, now there's a few other versions out there, but the idea and the layout is pretty much exactly the same, other than some bits and bobs like the FX menu and that kind of stuff. So if you are using one of the old versions like CS4, CS5, okay, then that's fine. Not a problem. It'd be exactly the same kind of thing. So let's just dig into it, guys. So this is what we're going to be designing, uh, something similar to this, not as advanced as this, obviously, guys. But this is actually my Facebook page, and this is my timeline cover. You can use the same dimension, same kind of thing for your fan page as well. Okay, but before I go ahead, let me just show you guys the actual dimensions you will need. Okay. So the dimensions are 851 pixels across by 315 pixels in height, and you want to have it at 72 dots per inch. Okay, that's a DPI. You don't want to have it anything bigger than that because the 72 DPI is the exact dots per inch for on screen. Okay, so what you're looking at on your desktop basically. So I'm just going to minimize that back, guys. And what you want to do now, okay, is you want to obviously have your files ready, okay. So in Photoshop you have the option of using layers, and you can have transparent layers or you can have solid layers. Okay, there's other layers as well, but those are two basic ones as well. Okay, you have alpha layers, you have all sorts of other different layers, okay. But you want to have those two basics, okay, and you have text and whatever else, okay. I'm going to show you that in a bit anyway. So what I've done actually is I've got a folder here, okay guys, that I've prepared, and it's got a flat image and it's got a PSD image. Now the PSD image is basically a cutout transparent image, so you have the choice of having a transparent or a solid background image. So what I'm going to do first, guys, okay, using these dimensions, so 851 by 315, I'm going to go ahead in Photoshop and create a new document first. Okay, so we're going to click Photoshop. Okay, I've already loaded it up. Okay, and you want to go to New, and you want to pop in here the dimensions, guys, which was 851 by, what was it, 315. So you got to remember that. Okay, guys, 315, and these are exact dimensions. Okay, you want to leave it at 32 dots per inch in resolution. Okay, leave everything else exactly the same. If you want, you can change the background to either transparent if you want. That's up to you. Or you can choose a different background. I'll just leave it on white for the sake of this tutorial. And you're going to click OK. And Photoshop will create a blank document with the exact dimensions. Now that is basically the dimensions you need for your either your fan page or your Facebook timeline cover. So let me just run you by that again one more time, guys. New file, sorry, the new, and you want to have 851 as your width and 315 as your height and 72 as your resolution, and then OK. And that will create this document in whatever version of Photoshop you're using. Now the basic idea, okay, you can use a few different tools here to design your your banner or your timeline cover. You've got at disposal, you've got shapes, which are these ones. Okay, so you got square, you got the round rectangle, ellipse tool, polygon tool, line tool, and you got your custom shape tools. Okay, if you click your custom ones, what happens is you can go up here and on Photoshop's CS5 and CS6 and below, in fact, would probably be a bit different, but you find a shapes option up here, so you can choose different shapes if you want to. Okay, so I mean I've got a whole bunch here. You probably won't have all these shapes by default. Okay, that is because I've actually uploaded these myself. But for the sake of this, okay, let's just go back to shape. You're gonna right click this, by the way, guys, or you can hold your mouse down, your left click, okay, and I'm just gonna choose a rectangle. We can choose a color, so we can choose maybe, for example, black. Okay, for the sake of this tutorial, you can choose any color you like, guys. Okay, so you got a whole bunch of different colors here, but I'm going to choose black for the sake of the tutorial. Click OK, and I'm just going to draw a little kind of like a borderline here at the bottom. Okay, just to make it look nice. That's all. Right, another option in CS6. This is okay. You probably won't have this if you're below CS6. Okay, is you can choose to fill or you can choose stroke. This is only in CS6 and above, guys. Okay, so if you're below, you'll have a solid already. Okay, so I'm going to actually go and choose a solid color and leave the stroke as blank. So there you go, guys. Like I said, if you are using Photoshop CS5 CS5 or below, that's right, yeah, you're gonna have a solid one anyway. So that's made a new layer here, guys. Okay, now, since we're doing the basic, okay, like I said, I have a couple of pictures already ready here, and I have a solid and I have a PSD. Now, I'm just going to show you what exactly the solid one is and what the transparent one is, okay, guys. So, there's a couple of different options and ways in which you can import these into Photoshop, okay. What you can do is you can actually go ahead and go to Open, browse to the folder, and you can open it that way. Okay, it's pretty easy. Just click here, find the folder wherever it is, and then just click OK. The other way is if you have a Explorer window open, you can actually drag it either on the canvas itself, or you can drag it up here, and that will create a new tab, which is what I'm going to do. Because if you drag it in here, it automatically resizes it to that exact dimension. So let me just show you. And if you give it a second, guys, it'll just do that for you now. And as you can see, it's automatically resized it to that exact dimension, which is fine in this case. Okay, so what after it's done this, after you dragged it on, you want to just go ahead and double click, and that will flatten the image. So that's how you basically put images on your Photoshop canvas or on your blank document. Okay, if you want to resize, you can click this tool over here, okay, which is selection tool or marquee tool, and you right click, and then you go to free transform, and then you just drag these anchors, okay, either diagonally like this, okay, to make it big or small as you want, or side by side, whatever your choice is. What I suggest, guys, is you keep it in aspect ratio by clicking this little paperclip thing over here, and what that will do, okay, is it will maintain the aspect ratio, and I'll show you exactly what that is. So if it's distorted like this, guys, right, which looks kind of ugly to be honest, you can click that and it'll fix that to exact sizes. And now if you leave that on and you drag, okay, it will keep it in aspect for you, so you don't have to muck about with it. And then you can just put it wherever you like your image, and you can also, once you find where you want to put it, if you come outside the borderline, guys, okay, you get these rotating hooks, okay, and you can actually rotate the picture to any direction you want. Okay, so that's another thing you can do, and that's with a flat image. So we're not going to use a flat image for this, okay, guys. So I'm going to just escape that, and I'm actually going to go and delete this layer, and this is the layer for this image. Now, if you click this eye, guys, this little eye over here, that will hide the image or bring it back. So you can use that actually to maybe check a different layer or hide the layer. And another thing you can do, guys, okay, you can move these layers, so you can move them up and down. So if you move it up, okay, this image will come above the black box at the bottom, and if you move the black box on top, then the black box will come on top of the image. That is the purpose of the layers, guys. Okay, so I'm just going to erase that one, and we are going to be using the transparent PSD that I've got. Okay, and I'm going to show you how you do that and why you can do that. So it's exactly the same thing. You can drag it in, or you can go up there and open it. So I'm actually going to open this in a new tab now, guys, to show you can open them in new tabs. So you're going to drag it in here and we can open a new tab. And this is, like I said, a PSD cutout, guys. Okay, so it's got no solid background. Let that just load up, guys. And there we go, guys. And I'm going to just click that tab up there, drag it out like that, guys. Click the move tool, okay, which is the arrow, and I'm going to go ahead and drag that in to my blank canvas. Now you can see, okay, guys, this is actually a high resolution image and it's pretty big. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click, free transform. Okay, now what you'll notice, guys, okay, you can now see the image hooks, and they are pretty far apart, guys. Okay, so you can either move across to find them, or what I tend to do, guys, is I just click the aspect ratio and I click inside this box here, and you can do down key on your keyboard, press down, 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 or you can use your mouse scroller like this, and that will shrink the image down. And then once you got it in view, you can click and you can drag, just like the other image we did. And now you can see, guys, why I prefer to use a blank background or transparent PSD, because it looks so much more neater and it looks a lot better, really, doesn't it? So we're just gonna place that wherever you want. Remember, you got a move tool on, okay? I mean, you got a selection tool already, so you can move it around wherever you want, and just double click and place wherever you prefer, guys. Okay, and you just let it there, leave it alone. Now, like I said, we're going to do the basics, so I'm not going to go into any of the effects, but if you want to check the effects, they are in the FX menu over here. So you got all these options. You got the bevel and emboss, you got stroke, inner shadow, inner glow, you got satin effect, you got color overlay, gradient overlay, pattern overlay, outer glow, and drop shadow. Now I'm just going to give you an example quickly anyway of just the drop shadow. So if you click the drop shadow and you look at this image now, guys, the shadows come in the back. You can adjust all these settings, you can go through all these, see what you like if you want to change them, and that's cool. And then all you're gonna do is click OK. So I'm actually gonna apply that. Now the other main tool, guys, you're going to be using is the text tool. So obviously you want to have a bit of text on there. So we're going to click the text tool. That's going to load up the text tool. Okay, I've got a whole bunch of fonts. Okay, guys, so it's going to take time on mine, and not necessarily on yours as long. Okay, and I'm actually running a lot of software right now on the system anyway, plus I'm capturing, so it's a bit slow. But like I said, not necessarily on your systems. So it's just loading up. It's taking a bit longer than I hoped, but it'll get there. And once it does, your mouse cursor will turn into the typing cursor. Okay, here we go, guys. So what you got is the option of either clicking and dragging to make a box where it's limited to that area of typing. So I mean, for example, if I start typing something, it'll automatically stop at the end of the box. Come on, here we go, and carry on to the bottom, just like that. Okay, and I've also got the option of just clicking and typing. So for example, I can type here now, timeline cover example. Okay, and what you want to do then after you type whatever it is you want to type, you can actually go ahead and highlight the text just like in Word, you know, click and drag, and you got the normal, yeah, drop down that you expect in a normal Word format of your fonts. And these should be exactly the same inside any of the Photoshop version. Okay, so you can choose whatever font you like. Let's just choose that one for the sake of the example. You can choose the boldness, italics, and the different variations of the fonts here that are available to you, and you've got the sizes. So let's just choose something big. Okay, bigger than that actually. Let's go for about 48 here. And once again, guys, if If you click inside, it's highlighting. If you click outside, it's dragging. And you can move it about wherever you want. Let it go. And to deselect, you just go up here again and you click the move tool, and that will apply the text layer, and that's that. Now let me show you guys what the difference was between the PSD image and a flat image. Now this already, guys, is a PSD image, so it's a transparent background. If I move this text, okay guys, above it, now you can see that it's transparent. And if I go ahead and put the picture above the text, okay, then you'll notice it's transparent as well. So you can actually move the picture around now without moving the background with it, okay? And you can move the text if you want without moving the background. That's basically the difference, okay? And that's pretty much basically the basics of using Photoshop to design yourself a cover. It's as simple as that. Now see this little black line that I've got at the bottom, okay? And you can maybe put a web address in there. Like for example, I can put my web address, okay? And change the color. You can click here and change the color to white, green, red, blue, whatever you like. They're all different options there. I'm gonna, just for sake of it, just choose pink, okay? Not my favorite color, but and once you've done that, guys, it's there. You can once again click the tool, highlight the entire thing. You can drag it or you can triple click it and it highlights the whole lot. And once again, you can either go to the drop down or you can use the down keys to change the size, and you can move it around. And I'm going to put it just there for the sake of this, and that's basically. And once it's there, you can actually carry on typing from exactly where it is. So whatever you like, and that's pretty much it. You can add your own background if you want, guys. So if you want to change the background, what you want to do is you can select the layer of the background. And if you want to choose a solid color, you can choose any one of these colors. You click on this here, and you've got the choices of all these different colors. Mix them whatever you like. So let's just go ahead and choose, I don't know, let's just do like a dark green color for the sake of this example, right? Let's just choose that green, okay? So it's that green there. You want to click OK, and then you want to choose the paint bucket. Okay, up here the tool, paint bucket tool. Click that, left click always, and then just click the background with your left click, and that will fill it in. And once again, guys, you can notice what the advantage of having a cutout image is, okay? And you can learn how to do cutouts yourself. It's pretty easy. You just use this tool, okay? You can use the lasso tool, polygon tool. There's more advanced ways of doing it where you use a pen tool, which is the way I did it. As you can see, it's a lot cleaner. Okay, you can't see any white edges and all that kind of stuff. That's more advanced though, guys, but it's up to you if you choose to use a flat image or if you choose to use a transparent PSD image. Completely up to yourself and dependent on your skill and how advanced you are using Photoshop. So if you're a beginner, you may want to use just flat images, okay? It still get the job done nonetheless. And that's pretty much it, guys. You can add as many images as you want in exactly the same way. You can drag them onto your desktop, not your desktop, sorry, onto your canvas of Photoshop. So you can drag, another image, and how many as you want. It's up to you. And same with text. You just click the text tool, click, and just type away. And you can do it as many times as you want. And as you can notice, guys, this is actually not showing because it's green. So you can triple click that or highlight it, drag in, click and drag, and choose a font color from here, and I'll just choose white. And you click the move tool again to deselect and apply. And you can move it around wherever you want, and that's it. That is basically your timeline cover tutorial. Now, as a bonus, guys, I'm actually going to do one live for you, just to show you. Okay, so we've got these here, and I'm gonna use maybe a bit more advanced tools. Okay, guys. So let's just edit this a bit to make it look a bit nicer. So I've selected the font, click and drag. I've chosen the white font color by clicking that, and I'm going to change the font, guys, to something a bit more basic because it looks a lot better. So I'm going to choose to home out. Okay, guys, you can actually click in the box and type the font name as well if you know what it is. And I'm going to switch to home out. I'm going to reduce the size to about 13, okay, because it looks a bit better. And we're going to have it as that. And we're going to type a bit of text, okay. I'm going to check out my blog at, and you can leave it like that. Okay, and you can click, and then you can, if you want another one, you can click again, and you can type something else. So, for example, I can type in email me at apple@keywordy.com, which is my blog, and you can move that across here. Okay, roughly. You can once again triple click or click and highlight. Change the color once again, and the red doesn't look very good, does it? Let's choose green, okay, for the example of this. Okay, here we go. And I'm gonna change the background. Click the background, and I'm gonna change it back to. I want to change it to white, back to white, yeah, because it just looks a lot nicer. And once again, click, drag it across, and you can type whatever you want here. So you can type, for example, welcome to. Oh, 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 come on, I'm typing in dark, guys. It's about 12 o'clock at night here. Things I do for you guys, eh? So you can type something along the lines of that, and you can leave it there. And another thing, guys, you might want to know is you can actually add effects to text as well. So you can go back to the effects menu here, click it, and you can choose drop shadow or any of these options. So I'm just going to do drop shadow again, okay? And you can add a drop shadow. See how nice it's already looking, guys. And you can click again, and you can choose maybe a stroke, so it adds a little bit of a line to it, and you can reduce that or make it big as you want. Choose a color, so I'm going to choose a white, and it just stands out a bit more. And you can make it how thick you want, how thin you want, as you can see, by pressing up and down arrow or typing it in, or use the slider. And okay. And you can move that around once again wherever you want, guys. It's completely up to you. And that's pretty much it. And then what you want to do to save it, okay? You want to click on layer. You want to click on flatten image. And that way, as you can see, guys, on the right, it'll flatten all the layers, so it becomes one single image. And then you want to go to file, and you want to save as, and you can choose whatever folder you want to save it to. You want to click here, and you want to choose the JPG option, okay, the JPEG option, because Facebook supports JPG. No matter what format you use, it'll automatically convert it for you. So you want to choose JPG format. You want to click that, and you want to name it whatever you want, and then all you want to do is click save. Once you've saved it, I'm not going to save it obviously. Once you've saved it, it's just basically a matter of going back on your Facebook, okay? So I'm going to close Photoshop now. Okay, I minimize it all. It's just a matter of going back in your Facebook. Right, I have that message, just minimize that for a second. And then you want to go to change, or hover over your timeline image or your Facebook fan page image and change cover, and then you want to do upload photo. So if I do that now, guys, let me just show you quickly. And then you just go ahead, find where your image is, and then just open it, and then that's pretty much it. And I'll upload it for you, ready for you to flash out and show everybody your latest timeline cover. And that's it, guys. It's pretty much as simple as that. So I hope that's been of use to you guys out there and provided a bit of value, and helped all you guys out there wondering exactly how people make their own timeline covers. So depending on your skill level and how good you are, you can make it as good as you want. Okay, guys, you can add all the effects you want. You can add your strokes, gradient fills, you can add alpha channels, you can add masking, you can add drop shadow, whatever you want. You can add text effects. It's all available to you guys, and this is something that I did using Photoshop. Okay, I'm a lot more advanced than a lot of people out there, and I actually created this whole timeline cover just using Photoshop CS6, and I did exactly the same thing. And the basic steps are basic what I showed you. So guys, happy photoshopping, and I will see you around. Enjoy that tutorial, guys, and leave me some feedback, comments, and if you like this video, which I hope you do, hit me some likes. I really appreciate that. And you have a wonderful night, because it's just gone 12:30 at night for me, guys. So I'm off to bed, and I will see you around. Guys, connect with me on Facebook if you want as well, and I look forward to it. So good night, guys, and see you around. Bye bye.